Cancel.
Schweezy.
So I had like the weirdest fucking interaction the other day at like Walmart, and I feel like for this podcast I should actually like tell people about it. So, all right, here we go. So here's the. So I had to go to Walmart. I needed sandpaper. Like that's all I needed. And I guess okay. Let's get into this. Why did you need sandpaper, Schweezy? It's a guitar maintenance. I have a nut on a guitar I'm trying to sell, and the original nut broke, so I replaced the nut. But now the nut is still too high, so I've been trying to adjust it. Yada yada yada. 'Cause I was trying to trade in for a new bass. However, the store I wanted to get a bass at. If you follow me on Instagram at TheSchweezy, you notice I bought a new bass. But I wanted to trade in that guitar, but that guitar they weren't doing trade-ins. But I kind of needed a bass for some non-Schweezy music related things, and also some for recording. So yeah, now I'm trying to sell that guitar to try to equal out what I pay for that bass. Anyways, though, the nut is the guitar. Was it the nut piece is the best way to say it, because if I keep saying nut, it's like everyone's like jerking off, but realistically it's like the nut is like the part of the there's actual nut parts. Anyways though, so I just needed sandpaper, and sandpaper's pretty cheap. It's like I think I ended up paying like $250, close to $250 for the piece of sand, just a pack of sandpaper at Walmart. So anyways, I found the sandpaper I needed. And then, so I'm like, okay, now I got to go check out. And I like doing self-checkout because I like not talking to people. I like talking to people. That is a weird situation. I do enjoy talking to people, but I hate small talk, if that makes sense. So it's like when people were like coming up to me to make small talk, and they're like, how have you been, man? And I'll be like, well, have you heard about Howie Mandel? He showed prolapsed anuses all over his TikTok. I'll try to bring that up because I hate doing small talk. So and that's the benefit of doing a solo podcast is that there's sometimes people you meet having small talk with them, and then they'll listen to your podcast, so you can just bring up fucking podcast topics. That's a great thing. So that's also I want to say, if you're a Cancel Schweezy podcast listener, if you're ever stuck in small talk and also really hate small talk too, what you can go ahead and do is bring up any fucking thing I say on this podcast. This is for you. I brought it up on the podcast, and it's free reign. If it's on this podcast, it's free reign. You can just copy me whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. Just don't do that shit with me, okay? Unless you have actual thoughts about it. Like, don't be like, oh, you heard about fucking the prolapse anus? I'm like, okay, we know. You're talking. You're just. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, though, so let's talk about this weird fucking interaction I had. So, yeah, where did I leave off? I was at the self-checkout at Walmart. And, if you're paying with a card at Walmart self-checkout, it's no big deal. You can get by without talking to anyone. And I'm a big believer I've done cashiering jobs in that the people who have a million problems with self-checkout are R-worded. Yeah, it's Republican. Republican's the R word I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, so, like, it's not that hard. You gotta scan the item, just throw it in the bag. That's all you need to do. We have alcohol. Just go to a real person who looks over the age of 18. That's a little life hack. If you're trying to buy alcohol, don't go to the teenager, because then they're gonna have to swap out, because you have to be 18 to check out someone with alcohol. So self-checkout, anyways, though. So I tried putting, so it was like, it was just the sandpaper. So I tried to put $1 in. It wasn't taking it. I kept trying it. And so, typically we have trouble. They have a guy or woman, or are they them, depending on what city you're in, that will help you, check you, basically all they have to do, type in their code and authorization or whatever stuff. So just similar to authorization, that's all it is. Anyways, though, so I was like, hey, does this register? Because I thought because usually the register will say if they don't do cash. This one did not accept cash, and I didn't want to pay with a card because I had the cash on me, and I guess it was very small print at the top of the screen, and so I played myself.
That's rough, buddy.
Congratulations.
You played yourself.
So I was like, hey, I think you need to cancel me out. I'm going to go to a different register. I only have cash on me. And he, like, you know, and like a normal, first of all, I'm going to say like a normal person, he just, you know, put it in his gun or anything like that. And then this guy, this fucking Walmart self-checkout guy, I guess the thing is I'm just stupid and didn't read correctly, and I was like, I'm sorry about this, man. You know, I'm like, you know, just sorry for making you do extra work on barely getting paid at all, you know? It's like fucking, you know. And he's like, then he went on this whole rant and like, you know, what the fuck is the Starnet? Is it, what was the name of the thing from Skynet? Was it from the from Terminator? Terminator Company. Terminator Computer Network. I think it's Skynet. Yes, I can't remember what I said. Anyways, though, he's like, yeah, things are going to become like Skynet soon. This guy just starts the conversation. He's like, things are going to become like Skynet soon. And then he kept going on this rant. He's like, you know, the only occupations that are actually going to be worth it these days are people who will make fools of themselves on the internet. Jobs like, you know, Walmart cashier. It's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to be like people who are making a fool of themselves on the internet are going to be the richest. And the thought in my mind immediately goes like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's I guess there's two wolves in all this, and that was one wolf. The other wolf was like, go on, please continue talking, because I do a podcast and I can talk about this on the podcast. And then he said, like, yeah, people make fools on the internet, you know? It's like jobs, you know, some jobs are not going to be worthwhile anymore. I don't think being a cashier at Walmart is going to be worth anything once the computers rise up. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like it started like it was based on the Terminator franchise, and then it's like this whole new thing where it's like the only people who are going to be able to make money in this world are people who make a fool of themselves on the internet. Like, what are you talking about? Anyways, I kind of wish I would have recorded it, but I know recording is a whole other thing. I could have disguised his voice. Like, I don't know this guy. I didn't learn his name. I just entertained him in his thought process. That's the rule to life. Just entertain weird fucking people in everything you do. Because you never know what crazy fucking person you're going to meet at a Walmart self-checkout when you're trying to buy fucking sandpaper. That's a fucking rule. Anyways, though, like I went home and I was like, Mom, I think I had like the weirdest interaction with a human being I've ever had in my entire life. Anyways, though, yeah. So, are the computers gonna take over? I don't fucking know. Let's stop giving fucking robots like feelings and shit. We can do that. I feel like if we're making the robots, we can make sure they don't have feelings and shit. I'm just saying. We can do that. That's us. We're the ones in charge of that. We're the ones who can say, like, hey, let's make sure this robot doesn't have feelings. Because if the robot gets feelings, things are going to turn to shit. Unless you're nice to the robots, like Leia was in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, then I guess things will work out for us in the end. I don't know. I'm just going on a rant right now. That was just a fucking weird interaction I'm just still thinking about. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy... Like, I'm just like, what the fuck are you saying? And I'm like, okay, maybe it's something that makes sense. Like, but he's also like, making a fool of yourself online is going to be the only job in the future. I make a fool of myself online every fucking week on this show. So, hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.